Hello everyone. So this is our final project named Dinobot uh, for building virtual environment. We want to thank Professor Nick Brown for guiding us throughout this project. This is my team members Mohit Daswani, Mantravadi Sairam, Yunhao Yang, and myself Ankur Thakur. I'll just directly go to our project. So the idea of this project is uh, to let a user learn a language through by going through some cards. This is our home screen. So I'm currently running the project. We have the three buttons here. One is play button, one is exit button to exit the app, and the settings button. Once I go inside the settings, you'll see these options for language, where you can see like check which language do you want to learn, and we have three options currently available here. One is Hindi, one is Chinese, and one is English. Once you select your desired language that you want to learn, you can choose the styles. We have two types of styles here: realistic style and cartoon style. Once you choose your once you choose your desired style, you can select those and just close this. We have sound options here as well, uh, with different effects. We have added a background music to it. I can just increase the sound so that you can hear it. For demo's sake, we are just decreasing the sound so that you can hear my voice properly. Now I'll just close the settings. To play the card game, you just have to click. Here you'll see two options. I'll explain the first option. My teammate Mohit will explain the second option. So for the first option, we have this practice button. Then once you tap on this button, you will see different type of cards displayed here with its name written in the user's first language. Right now it's selected as English, so we are seeing it as in English. So and then once you click on this button called show meaning, you will see the meaning of that English word into the word that user wants to learn. If you selected Chinese, it will display it in Chinese. Right now I've selected Hindi, so it's displaying it in Hindi. Once you do that, you can just go through the cards and their meanings. Once like go through all the cards and all the meanings of the words and understood the meaning of, they can practice it as much as they want, so that when they go inside the second section, they will have a better idea about all those words. Now I'll transfer this to my teammate Mohit, who will explain the second.
Yeah, so till now, Ankur has explained the part. Now I will give you the explanation of the quiz part, like how it is. So I went inside the quiz, and here you can see that there I got a card for Tyrannosaurus Rex, and I have to choose which one was the correct option, and I don't know if I don't know the answers. Here in the above, the score is 0 initially, and the pause and continue button here. So firstly, I will just go for the right answer. For the right meaning of Tyrannosaurus is Rex in Hindi is this one. So as I am, you might have seen that there is a green color of the right answer. And now suppose I'm making a wrong answer, then it will go red, and it will be a different sound. So as you saw that it was a red and it was the wrong answer, so it was 0, and I was not, and the score didn't increase. It is 1 because I gave the right answer earlier. So now if I will give the right answer for this one, like this is the right, so it will increase to 2. And suppose we are doing this for same for this for 3, and suppose I am showing you again the wrong answer, like there will be a beep sound along with that, but this is the right answer, so I will show you the wrong one. Okay, as you can see, it was the red. And there is a third option which is I don't know. So if you will click on the I don't know, you will know the answer of it. Like this is the answer of this dinosaur. So yeah, this is like that. And I just exit the quiz for now, and Now Yuan will explain the code, like how the code is working. So yeah, Yuan, can you explain and share the screen? Yuan?
Sorry, I forgot mute.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm going to share screen.
cool.
Oops. So hi, I'm going to showcase how the entire game works. Let's start with the main menu. So first of all, you can see there's some prefabs here. So if I start the game, maybe kind of slow, sorry. If I start the game here and I want to go to a setting panel, you can see the panel switch. So basically what it does is like it will load the panel from resources folder and instantiate in the canvas and destroy the previous panel. And in here, let me enlarge it. Basically you can see different language here. How we did it is that we simply load it from a localization table. So basically, we are using localization package for us to translate it into different languages. Although it's pretty pain to import all the languages because we have to type it manually. But you can auto translation. It will be pretty convenient. Here you can see a drop list. So basically, if I select a different language, it will switch a position between the current language and the default language. If I go back to main and go back here, you can see Chinese and English are switched. If I choose Hindi and do it again, you can see they also switched. And this is also same for the style here, realistic and cartoon. However, there are only two styles, so switching doesn't look too obvious, to be honest. And for the audio here, we are using audio mixer. So what we did is like we have a mixer here and we have two subgroups, a main group and two subgroups. The main group is a master and subgroups are background and sound effects. Because these two are subgroups, so if I change the volume of master, it will also affect the background and sound effects. And how we implement it is that we are using a class called data. So in the data, there are three different like we can call it methods. Actually, they are kind of variables. Like they are actually methods. So basically, we will first like using pref to set the to store the volume, and also we set the volume for the certain mixer. For example, master volume will be master mixer, background volume will be background mixer. This is how you do. And when we start the game, it will load the variable storing the prefs to the mixer. So make sure you can remember the volume we set in the last time. And let's go to forgot to talk about reset tutorial. So basically there is a tutorial variable here. It also does a similar stuff. And if we reset tutorial, it will set the value to 1 here. Basically because pref cannot store Boolean value. That's why I convert the Boolean to integer value. So basically if the Boolean value is true, it will set the integer to 1. Otherwise it will set to 0. And when I want to read, it will return the Boolean value. It will return the Boolean value as true if the integer store is 1. Otherwise it will be false. And let's go back to the main. Let's start playing. So the more panel is similar to the setting panel. It also like destroy and load. Let's start with the practice. You can see the tutorial message here. After 5 seconds, it will be destroyed, or it's destroy or hide because this is actual button. I cannot destroy a button because it will make the game not working. So what it does is in here. Actually, there are tutorial button and tutorial text, but both of them are working similarly. In the tutorial button, what it does is it will run the method called hide. It will run the coroutine called stop, and after 5 seconds, it will run a method called hide and set the tutorial value to false. And when we start the game, if you find the tutorial variable is already false, it will directly run the hide without run the coroutine. And let's take a look at the card. So basically, card will automatically load. There's a set method in the card. What it does is that it will load the picture, the name, and the translation. And let's take a look at the. Sorry, let's take a look at the panel here. The panel is still having a script called inherit from the panel component, which is here. In the panel component, there's a method called update panel. Both quiz panel and practice panel are inherit from panel components and model behavior. In the practice panel, it's pretty easy. We just simply need to update the counter at the top. Make sure we can track which what the car number is, and what's the total car number. And when we want to switch, I'll go next. You will see the animation here. Actually, in the animation, you can see 4 different animations, like inter, which you can see inter the scene, exit, which you can see like exit, and you can also see idle, which is like what it does right now, like just simply don't move anywhere. And you can see exit R. What it does is like when you click a previous button, it will run an exit R. So what it does is like it exit to a different directions. And also you can see when I click the previous, the car is getting from the right side, because it will when the system detects a previous action, it will load a animator from the resources, and it will load animation from resources and attach it to a car game object. And in the animation, the initial animation will be inter R, which means reverse inter, which will go from the right side. And when I switch, you actually run a. When axis is triggered, you can actually see just a event called on exit. What the event does is it will destroy the card, and once I hit the button, the reference in the game object game manager will immediately switch to a new card. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, you will immediately switch to a new card. The old card will be automatically destroyed after the animation is finished. And here is a show meaning. What the show meaning does is that it will run a method called show current translation. And it will show the translation on the card. And if it finds it in the quiz mode, it will automatically think you didn't get this one. So you will not get a score for you will show the answer for a short time and automatically switch. I will show you to you later. And here's the pause menu, and all the UI functions are inside the class called UI function. Basically, all the UI functions are here, including button and slider, everything else. If I continue, so basically a pause and continue are actually just setting time scale to 0 and 1. And actually it's actually a switch thing. I will switch to the main menu thing. Let's go to the quiz mod. So in the quiz mod, you can see 3 different options here. Basically, the 3 options are randomly load from the word list, and one of them will be guaranteed to be the right answer. The position of the order of the 3 answers will not be fixed, because we don't want the user to simply say, I know the right answer will always be on the top right, so if I click the top right, I always get the right answer. We don't want that. And if we click answer, for example, this one will be this one. Yeah, you will see a right answer. You will see a right answer. If you get it wrong, it will be red. We already introduced this. How it does is like it will, after you click a button, it will show the translation, and it will also start a code routine. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, they're not game manager. Sorry. It will call check and switch. So basically, it will show the translation, and it will wait for before 1 second. And in the translation, you can see there's also a parameter. Basically, a parameter is indicating are we getting this one right or wrong. If you're getting it right, it will be green. If you're getting it wrong, it will be red. For example, I switched to random ones. Oh damn, I actually got it right. This one is definitely wrong. So you can see it will show a red text. And after 1 second, it will run the answer. Basically, what the answer does is it will check the answer and switch to the next hop. If the answer is correct, you get a score. If it's not correct, you will not get a score. And during each switch, there's also a small time gap, just for preventing your switch too fast. We also use a coroutine to do this. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, basically this is a coroutine we use to make sure there was always a time gap between each switch, and the time gap will be half a second. And if we go through all the questions here, I will simply choose randomly. You will get a summary panel, and what it does is similar to the pause panel, but instead we have a reset quiz. What reset quiz does is also a switch thing, but it will switch to the same thing. Basically, it will load the entire thing. It will load the entire thing again. That's how it does, and actually it's similar to the actually does the same thing. Just go to the main menu. That's all I can talk about. Thank you.
Okay, so this is the project that we have done in the canvas. Let me open up the build file. So this is the build file that was created. We did it in a way such that everything is completely responsive. And if you can see, this is kind of the sound that we have, and I'll just reset the tutorial. And we have currently two style choices. One is the cartoon and the realistic. Currently the cartoon looks something like this. I'll just go to the practice mode. So this is the tutorial. You have previous, next, and you need to show meaning if you don't know the answer. So this is kind of what you have here, and in the cartoon mode this looks like this. This is generated with Midjourney. With a white background and an aspect ratio of 2:3, and we have 10 sets of card, and we have 10 images per set in two different styles. If we want to see the meaning, so this is how we can see the meaning. And if we go to the quiz mode, uh, we have specific sounds, one for the correct and one for the wrong answer. So if I hit wrong, it goes like a beep, and if it's wrong, it shows a buzzer, and the answer turns into red as well. I'll show you how we implemented this. Uh, if you can see here, let me open up the scripts card. So if you can see here, we have set up the color to red. Initially we have set it up to green, and we have set it up the color. If the answer is not correct, it should turn to red. That's how we took the color for this. And with the game object, let me just pull the game object down. Yep. So this is how the images are generated. So images are taken as references by the names of names of the images. So we have set specific names, and we have given specific style names. Based off of these names, the images are sorted and instantiated. Let me show how they're instantiated. So if you can see here, we create a new question set with the number of cards available, and depending upon the questions, depending upon the number of images and the items we have, we take them as reference and instantiate the card as a game object. You can see here in a better way. If I play the game, you'll be able to see the card here, the generated card here. And also the card is a 3D object which has been made in Blender by Yunhao. So that's kind of how he did. And also, if you want to add a translation, so we created an answer table. We want to create a translate table. In that, we are generating the answer like this. If I hit show meaning, so this is how we're generating the answer in a text mesh pro. And the initial color that is set is green, and if the answer is wrong, it's going to be set to red, as we seen in the card, as we seen in the card script. So that's kind of how this works. And let me change into the view here so that I can explain it a bit more. Okay, here we have three specific settings. Once we go here and go to the quiz, and if I complete the quiz, so 7, 8, and 9, and 10. So this is the final question, and I'm done with the quiz now. As you can see here, I can see a scorecard. A scorecard has it displays the number of questions you have answered, and you will be receiving an option to reset the quiz. So more code will be explained by Yunhao later, and we can exit the quiz or we can restart the quiz here this way. So exiting the quiz takes us here, and uh, home will take us back to our home screen and exits the application, and that's it from my side.